let's take a look at this shilling, because it has been strengthening, and as Mashudi was alluding to the fact that we're starting to see it holding steady against the US dollar. The central bank was in the market last week, mopping up, as she mentioned, 15 billion shillings or so. Is this a kind of trend that we will see continue into this year? We've got a very high interest rate environment. We've got inflation ticking down slightly. Can we expect a much stronger shilling throughout the year?
Well, I'm not as hopeful about the shilling. First and foremost, the rallying of the shilling has been due to short-term advantages. But in the long run, really, considering the fact that we are importing a lot of things and the exports will be affected, it's an election year, there will be inflation, the inflation will go up. And right now, our major market, which is the Eurozone, is having problems in terms of the debt issues. I don't see the shilling really performing better in the long term.
When it comes to market trade, we've actually seen foreigners stepping up their presence. Just taking a look at foreign investor participation in the previous session, so on Friday, coming in at almost 50%. Now we're sitting at around 70% of turnover. So foreigners are starting to show a lot more interest. Is this going to be short-lived? We've seen these kind of spurts before, but we've also seen foreigners sitting on the sidelines, as you mentioned, the Eurozone as well. So clearly a bit of reticence that comes with the bad news that we see coming through from Europe.
I think it is going to be short-lived, considering the fact that, you know, even the strength of the shilling right now was due to the help from the IMF and the money, the reserves that the IMF pumped into the Central Bank of Kenya have since gone down. And so in the midterm, you will obviously see that the central bank will have to consider other options, and in the process, the shilling will give in to external pressure. And so it is going to be short-lived, and we will see a lot of pressures on the shilling.
Kenyan, of course, one of the best performing stocks today, up almost around 4%. Anything in particular that's driving Kenyan right now? A stock that, of course, we saw last year having a very volatile time. Yes,
well, first and foremost, Kenyan had a rough year before that because of the bad weather, and their electricity generation was mainly driven by fuel power. But towards the end of last year, they had the good rains, and that has made all the difference. But then in the market today, there is what we call the December 31 syndrome, where a majority of the companies close their books by December 31. And so you find that there is a lot of reporting at this period. Kenyan is going to be one of those who will be announcing their results. And of course, there is a keen interest on that.
Is there a keen interest in the stock for you as well? Kenyan, are you starting to accumulate the stock? What is your play on this?
Yes. Well, personally, I would say that Kenyan is a strong counter to go for. Of course, it's not the blue chip, the beautiful blue chip it was when it was going into the IPO. I mean, everybody was going for the Kenyan. It was the game changer in the Kenyan stock market. But as of today, I would probably hold my position in Kenyan. Well, and that would be that.
Also, let's take a look at KCB. I know you're looking out for the stock, given the fact that earnings are also imminent. The banking space seems to be quite interesting. Tell us what your play on KCB is and why it is your preferred pick.
Right. KCB remains a strong counter, first due to their expansion into the regional market. They have a presence now in Kenya, Sudan, Rwanda, Uganda, and all over. That essentially communicates strength and stability. But on the other hand, they have been very, very good in terms of delivering results and dividends and growth. And so KCB is something that I want to look at for the long term, and also for speculative purposes in the short term. In the short term, of course, they will be doing their results very soon. And as I said, those who are in want to stay in, and those who are out want a piece of the cake. So they are looking to come in and enjoy the gains.
William, very quickly, Bamburi Cement also pushing the market higher today. Infrastructure spend, the overall construction industry, what would your investment philosophy be when it comes to Bamburi?
Right. Bamburi really moved the market today, but I'm not as hopeful as to their long-term performance because of the high interest rate. The real estate sector in the country has slowed down. Not so many people are able to afford housing anymore. But fundamentally, only 3% of Kenyans are able to afford mortgage. And so even now that the interest rates have gone high, our major market has been the foreign markets, and they are considering why should I buy in Kenya vis-a-vis any other country. And so that has slowed down the real estate industry in Kenya. In the long term, Bamburi will suffer from these sentiments, and so I wouldn't be as hopeful concerning Bamburi.